3, 2, 1.
Happy New Year! Way to be late. All right. Anyways,
I forgot what the counting meant.
I thought we were counting down to the episode, not to the Happy New Year.
You're dumb. Okay. All right. Anyways, happy 2019. All of you adventurers out here. Yes, that's right. We have another episode that happens to land right on another holiday. Last one was Christmas. Check out that episode, episode 7. Now we're going to get into episode 8, which like we just all don't know how to count or time each other up together. This one's kicking off into 2019 for the first brand new year. So once again, Happy New Year. Real quick, we are officially now a real podcast. Yay. We're on all of a bunch of different audio podcasting places like Podbean. We have our own website, it's just scholarsandskeletons.podbean.com. And then
Bean with an N.
Like correct. Beans, like jelly beans. And then we also are on iTunes and Google Play, not Spotify yet. Asterisk. Just a bit of house cleaning. Now that we are an audio podcast officially, we're going to go around the table, kind of give a brief description of our characters, who they are, what they are, and just the voices behind them, so that way those of you listening in your car or at home know what voices you're listening to. Of course, I'm the one who's going to be talking a lot. I'm your DM, Logan. We'll swing right into our characters with Austin.
All right, so my name's Austin. I play Helm Meadows. I'm a level 2 fighter. And Helm Meadows is a bastard child, farm boy gone knight. And that's just basically him.
I'm Seth. I play Havok. I'm a level 2 sorcerer. And I'm chaotic neutral goblin. That's blue.
That is blue.
My name is Ryan. I play Grimlick Hilburn. I am a dwarven cleric who is also lawful good, level 2. I used to be a bit of a bandit back in the day, but then I found God and I became a cleric. So that's about it. Yeah.
Amen.
It's a very brief description. All right, and actually we have a few other NPCs with us. Actually, I say a few. There's only one. The very well-known and well-liked Pip God. A little description of him when you'll be seeing him around in the story. He is a 4-foot-something, 16-year-old boy. Tattered up clothes, leather, a kind of shouldered hood that he likes to wear, along with a sling around his neck and arms to hold his spell book that we now know is a spell book inside of it, and he wields a sword off to his side. I think that's all the housekeeping and catching up we have to do now, so I think we can jump right into the story. Now, where we left off last time was pretty interesting and a pretty controversial place to stop, and just where the story headed last time, and that was with Helm.
Yup.
So as it was, last week was our Christmas episode, and the jolly old Saint Nick was turned into Greaves, who is a slave-owning trader, one of the biggest in the world. And when our characters went to go talk to Greaves, because they found out one of the Brotherhood members came here to buy a bunch of slaves, to take them back to the island, to sacrifice them to get more of the vials. Like I said more in the past episodes, we then left off where Helm was going to kill Greaves behind him in his office. And Helm, I'll just have you kind of describe to me what you saw as you were strangling Greaves.
Yeah, so I was about to kill this man for, being the biggest slave trader in our universe. And as I looked over onto his desk, I saw a portrait of what looked to be a younger Greaves, a beautiful human woman, and a little half-elf child. Turns out that's my mother, and the little half-elf child is me. So I'm in a little bit of a pickle now.
Yeah, and you said that while you were strangling him with what you believe to be his
whip.
First whip,
Is it my first whip?
let go, and you kind of.
Oh my god!
All right,
I'm keeping it.
So where we were at, where you just let go of the whip,
And I was shoving the painting into his face, asking what is
well,
this?
but at the end of you said you let go, and you let go of the whip, so you're just kind of like
Oh, yeah,
standing
yeah,
there
yeah,
holding the tip of the whip, and he looked at you and he was like, Helm,
His hand's also. I'm sorry.
His hand
also
is in the
sticking
table. It's
His
stabbed
hands in the
into
table, and a goblin fellow's on his stomach holding his neck.
Yeah.
Whatever happened with that one guard that came in?
He is still standing there from your command.
Okay.
That you had him.
Cool.
All right. So. All right. Helm's gonna go. No. I'm gonna knock Havok off of Greaves' stomach.
Okay.
Do I need to roll for that, or just happens?
No, I'm just.
I'll go.
Yeah, here, let it happen.
I push him
He's
off.
just so shocked.
I drop the whip and I unsheath my sword, and I put my hand like at his shoulder/throat, and I'm holding the point of the sword at like the nape of his neck. And I go, "You're telling me that my mother got with a monster like you?"
What? Listen. It's not. Okay, it is what it looks like. But there's so much more that you don't know.
How could that even happen?
If you get this little, you took Havok off of you, so you're
Yeah,
just holding.
but I'm like, I have my hand now on his like chest, throat area, and then the nape of the sword is at like the nape of his neck.
If you just take a step back, I'll describe everything to you.
You better start explaining now, or I'll run you
Okay,
through.
all right. Just can you really get this dagger out of my hand?
No, start talking.
Okay. Your mother and I met when we were pretty young.
Is this before or after you dealt with slaves?
During.
Uh-oh.
I wasn't as big as the slave dealer as I was back then, but when your mother came to me, she was just so beautiful and loving, and looked straight past the monster that everyone else thinks that I am. Kind of pushing off to the side of the fact that, he really is a monster.
He really is a monster. That's why I have no trouble doing this.
I thought people liked him.
Everyone
Get
loves
free
Greaves.
slaves.
Yeah.
And when your mother and I finally sat down and had our own time together, that's when I found out about your stepdad. And at first I was hesitant on going any further with it, but she insisted. And she told me everything about the family farm and your older brother and everything. But she wanted to leave that life for a little bit. She thought it was boring, so she came to me. And that's when we got together and eventually had you. But then the business got too big, and she wasn't too fond of all the attention and harm that could have come our way, especially with having a half-elf child. So she took you and ran away, and I never...
At this point, tears are starting to go down Helm's face.
There you go, Havok. He's officially crying.
I was just gonna
For the
say.
first time canon, Helm is crying.
I was just gonna say. Havok is like giggling.
Oh. I'm just awkwardly standing there, like,
I like pull back the sword a little bit, and I just go, "You're a liar!" and I punch him in the face.
Okay, so he leans back and is further back, because he's in like one of those leather chairs that rolls back, so he kind of goes backwards and comes forward.
So did you drop the whip?
Yeah, I dropped it.
Can I do
dropped it.
Can I do a stealth to grab that whip and pocket it?
I mean, it's on the floor. I don't really think anybody's going to stop you from grabbing it unless Helm wanted to. Would Helm stop him?
No,
Okay, so you can just grab the whip.
I'm too busy. I'm not paying attention.
I don't know
I'll give it to
exactly
you if you
what a
want.
whip's damage
Yeah, I was
does.
gonna say I kind of want it, especially if it was mine.
Yeah.
Well, it
But-
just makes me have to run out of here. I have too much stuff.
So you punched him. He kind of rolled back in his chair and came forward and kind of is holding his face where you punched him. He's like, "Oh,
Tell me the truth now.
that is the truth. You can even ask your mother."
I-
1d4.
As much as your
A
dad.
whip. Oh man.
Grimlick, do you
to
think
do?
she's still single?
Havok.
Now's not the time for that, Havok.
I'm having trouble here.
Are you okay, Helm?
I don't know what to do.
That's when the soldier, the guard who busts in, picks up his sword, sheaths it, and then closes the door as he walks out.
Okay, good.
So now it's just you guys.
While he's thinking what
Give-
to do.
Give me one good reason why I shouldn't run you through right now.
I
Tick,
can't even
tock.
think of a good. Like, would you really be that much of a monster to kill your own father?
I'm not a monster. I'm just doing what's right, and you are pure evil. My sword is justice, and it's about to deal it.
Okay, Batman.
And he's like, but just, what's right is always in the perspective of the person who's doing it. And what I see I'm doing is right. I'm running a business. You could be a part of this business.
Nope, not gonna happen. You are enslaving innocent people.
Think of the
My
town.
cause
then.
is righteous. Yours is evil.
Would you really kill me just to say that you did and run this whole city amok?
I think you know what you're doing is wrong, mister. I think you're lying to yourself here.
Wait, how old are you? You're a dwarf, so you're probably older than you look.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I am. I think I'm in my 70s.
Okay.
So you're like middle aged.
What's wrong
for a
with
dwarf.
having
not
people
even.
work for free for you?
Not now, Havok. You still haven't given me a good reason. Now I feel my hand slipping a little bit.
I run this town. I run the world, basically, from this seat. Do you really want a bunch of other traders to just run more of a mess with even more slaves? I control what comes through here, and you're telling me you want to strike me down
If we get rid of
and start
you,
a whole new thing?
if we get rid of you, the slave trade is disrupted.
That's what you
And
think.
Then
Son,
we'll have a chance of getting
you are
rid of all
not
the
in this
slaves.
business. I'm telling you. What you're looking to do is not going to do it.
Don't call me son.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of walk up to Helm right now, and I'm gonna put my mouth next to his ear and whisper, "We still need to get the information out of him. We need to know where the Brotherhood went."
And the gold.
After hearing that, I take a step back. I angrily sheath my sword, and I just walk away.
Where are you walking? Are you still
Just
in
to
the
the
room?
other side of the room.
Can I check the his desk while they're doing
Yeah, I mean, you can. There's just, when you go through it, there's a few keys to what seems like shackles, and then shackles. He doesn't really
take 'em
keep.
both.
Okay, all right. Then you have keys and shackles.
that? And a whip.
And a whip. Wow, you're really aiming in the next Halloween episode to dress up as Greaves, aren't you?
Okay, so he walks away, and I'm gonna kind of walk up to him, and I'm gonna say, well, this is a bit awkward, you being Helm's father and all, but we kind of need to know where the Brotherhood went, so if you could help us out with that."
Well, I mean, like I said before, the Brotherhood's dealings aren't any of my own business.
I think that's a bit of a lie, seeing as how you did business with them.
Poor choice of words.
Well, all right. A young man, a young dwarf, kind of looked like you.
Aye.
Garrett was his name.
Why are you laughing? I don't understand.
It's the name Garrett.
You want some?
Sorry, all the
You want me
Garretts
just
out
to come up? You just want me to come up with some weird
His name is
medieval name?
Gridlip.
Yeah, okay.
He's the opposite of you, tall, skinny, muscular.
And he's a dwarf?
Short beard.
Yeah,
He's actually a human.
his name Garrett came in here with quite a hefty amount of gold, and just dropped it on my desk and asked for.
Where's the gold now?
And
He
you
doesn't pay attention.
Where's the gold now?
and you didn't happen to hear where they were going, did you?
They just wanted an abnormally large amount of slaves.
I stand on top of the desk and I push the dagger more into his hand.
Where's
Where's the gold?
I don't have it. The guards took it away to the vault.
Where's the hole?
It's around the corner.
I keep pushing it down.
It's around the corner.
Havok? Okay, time to calm down. We need to get the information out of him.
I ain't getting the information.
We need to know where to
I
go
walk
next.
over. I pull up the chair to the other side of the desk, and I sit down. I push Havok away.
Pull.
What?
You pull Havok.
No,
He's on
no,
the
it's like
desk.
I push him to the
okay,
side.
you push him
Off
to
the
the side.
desk?
Like
I
a
don't
cat.
He only weighs like 20 pounds, so I was like, whoop.
So exactly like a cat.
Yeah. Is there any way we can get you to reverse what you've done and get rid of this slaving business?
You want me to throw away my entire business?
I'm sure you've got plenty of money saved up. Now, I don't want to have to kill you. But I will if I feel that it's right.
Is it worth your life?
Or my business? Or my other sons?
What
Your
about-
other brothers?
What about for me? The son that you left behind. The son
I did
that
not
you
leave
didn't
you
care
behind.
for, and I didn't even knew you existed.
Listen, your mother took you away from me.
And I didn't hear boo.
So, what else am I supposed to do? I am one of the most targeted men in this world. You think you want me to just walk over to your farm and say hi? Especially with your stepdaddy?
Phone call would have been nice.
Confirmed.
out of character.
What?
Isn't stepdad dead?
No, his stepdad's the owner of the farm.
While they're arguing, I open the door. Is that guard still there?
Yeah, there's one. Yeah.
Grease wants all the gold now, and I shut the door.
Can you roll me a persuasion check?
No way.
Do it.
It's
gonna be under charisma.
Yeah, I know.
Charisma is 6.
Okay.
Nah.
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Okay.
You
Worth
really
it.
want this?
Worth it. Nope.
Not worth
What'd you
it.
get? What
Was
were
it?
the two totals?
7 and
12
4.
and 13.
Okay. He looks down, or you say it and close the door, and he doesn't move.
I'll try again later.
I take the knife out of his hand. Grimlick, you're still nearby him, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Can I get my dagger back?
He closes the door. He walks in.
He like sprints over.
Can I get my dagger? Also, the gold's on its way.
I just stab it into the desk. Not into anyone.
Okay.
But just into the desk.
He's rubbing his hand.
Helm,
The
you-
hole through his hand.
Helm, you just missed.
Listen.
I wasn't going for that Havok.
He couldn't have gotten too far. He had over a couple thousand slaves. There's no way he could have taken all of them and gotten out of the city that quick.
When did you deal with him?
It was just a couple hours ago before you
Oh,
showed
so
up. I'm surprised
just
you didn't.
recently.
Do you have any idea of what direction they were heading?
No, I know he came over in loads and started taking the slaves. It took you quite a while to get to the city here, right?
I suppose.
How long did it take us to get near?
I think it
The
took like
island?
half a day.
What
It
is
was
Pip
like
doing?
midday when you got to the woods, and then when you got to the town,
What
it was
is Pip doing?
Pip's analyzing the scene.
He's just standing back.
He's not saying anything because if he
Good.
says
I would
something,
punch him in
there's
the face.
yeah. You told him to keep his
Valid.
mouth shut.
It's in there playing with like a Rubik's Cube or something.
I don't know if he came here by boat or if he's stashed somewhere on this land, but I don't know where the Brotherhood or what they're doing with the slaves.
Well, like he said, it was a large amount of slaves, so I think it'd be best for us to go and ask around the city. Havok, I think it's time for you and I to go. I think we should leave Helm to deal with this on his own.
No, it's fine.
We can go get the gold.
Are
I opened the.
Are we going to be free to go without being attacked if we leave you right now and spare your life?
Well, I'll give you anything in the city.
The gold. All of it. Vault now. That guy should be here.
Not
I opened the
paying
door.
attention to you.
I opened the door. Is that gold here or not?
I need a
He
shield.
scoffs at you.
I need a shield.
I can have one forged for you.
I scrambled back.
Anything.
And we need those slaves.
You have any magic items?
I think he meant anything for me.
Yeah. You'd do anything for his son.
Well,
I
we're-
take the
we're
dagger,
part
I
of the
stab
same
his
group.
hand again.
What's yours? Is
You
mine.
stab his hand
Yes.
again? Did I make you roll the first time to stab his hand?
I think you did.
Yeah.
Did I?
Or no, it was
Okay.
a surprise, so no.
It was a spray. So you had advantage on it. So roll again if you really want to do it. Well, he's kind of holding his hand. So are you just?
Yeah. Just
He's
stabbing
holding.
it
He's still
into
rubbing his
chest.
hands.
So you can't really stab it on the
Fine.
table.
Can I
but-
stab his like thigh in the chair?
With
No, I know. I'm just not gonna do it.
I was gonna say with my protection, can I give him disadvantage on that
I mean, if you
by
want.
getting in the way?
I mean, yeah. Just say you stand in
I mean,
between
I was just
them.
gonna make him give you what he wanted.
He's already
Yeah,
given
he
us
said
what he
he'd give us
wanted.
anything.
No. Well, I want that gold.
That's what you wanted. Havoc.
The mallet that he smacked to bring the guard in, he smacks it again. The door was open from when you opened it. He walks in, and
I put my hand on my hilt.
the soldier doesn't pull anything, and he just walks in straight up. Yes, sir. Greaves is like, go tell the finest blacksmith in town that Greaves needs, or excuse me, Helm needs a new shield made for him. And he's like, aye, sir. And he just
Oh, what about the
basically
magic?
he like sprints out the door.
No, gold.
He's gone.
I trot after him to the doorway.
I mean, he just keeps running. He's going to tell the blacksmith.
All right.
Okay, well, I'm going around the corner to
We're-
get that vault.
We're going to go find these slaves. And then you, and he points at Greaves, I never want to hear from you again. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And if anything fishy goes down and any of your men attack us, we will strike them down and we will be here.
Okay.
I walk out.
Yeah, I'll follow.
Okay.
I pick up the family portrait.
You okay? It's a small picture frame with
Yeah,
the
yeah,
family.
I'll pick it up.
Okay. All right.
I was gonna give it to you.
I don't want
I don't think he wants that.
I don't
Such
want
a
it.
Nice, such a nice thing, Havok.
Save it for a special occasion.
And I look back.
Oh my god.
I look back at Greaves because I'm the last one out with Pip.
Okay.
Which way's the vault?
Get out.
Oh no.
Which way's which way's the vault?
Another guard walks up to you, so you're alone, and there's a guard behind
I got
you.
Pip with me.
I don't think Pip would have stayed.
Okay, I'm gonna yell back. Havok, come on.
Charm person. Saving throw.
Oh my goodness.
What's your
My armor class?
what's your spell save?
Oh. 14.
That's a 15.
Tough.
So he passed. And he knows that you tried to charm him, so he picks you up and he throws you
You're trying to charm my
towards
guard?
No, Charm Greaves.
Greaves. Oh, and so he kind of like shakes his head for a second there. He's like, "Guard, get him out of here!" And the guard picks you up and tosses you towards the group, towards the front door. And then he closes the door to Greaves' room and he stands outside.
I mean, would you wanted me to kill him without you guys knowing?
No.
So you
That
guys are
probably
walking
wouldn't
out of the
end well.
town now,
If anyone's gonna kill that man, it better be me.
Not out of the town.
or out of
You could have got armor
Greaves'
with your
yes, yeah.
shield.
Okay,
Look
so
at that stainless
right
steel.
before you open the door to walk outside, everything starts to like shake for a second. It's kind of like, I don't know if your characters would know what an earthquake felt like or what it exactly was, but everything starts shaking. The pictures start falling off the wall, candles fall, catch carpets on fire, and you see guards dropping everything that they're doing, coming and fanning out the flames, and a bunch more guards run in and cover up the hallway into the vault, and you see a few go out into the hallway where you said that the vault was with all the gold. And then everything stops.
You're telling me they got a dragon, we didn't get a dragon?
Wait, what's all this talk about a dragon?
Did you not feel that? That was a dragon.
I don't think we should jump to conclusions quite yet.
Feel like out of the four of us, Havok would know what a dragon is.
That's a dragon.
Why?
He's a goblin. Don't goblins like worship dragons?
I don't know.
This is the first goblin I've ever met, so
Back in my day, we flew those.
You used to fly those babies for mine.
Well,
The pioneer.
dragons are known in your world, but they're not seen often at all. It's a lot of the times they're just stories that are told to children, saying like the dragons
Havok,
would.
there is no such thing as
I'm
dragons.
telling you, that's a dragon, and it's by the vault.
So everything settles down. Everything settles down from a second. The stone from the building, that you guys still in, use chips start coming off the wall, and then, like I said, everything
It's still.
seems to stop.
Well, that was weird.
That was unsettling.
Pip, tell him it was a dragon.
Yeah,
I
Pip.
don't
What
know
do you think that was?
I don't know, but it's not very safe to stand inside of a stone building that looks like it couldn't stand a few more of those.
You talking about Greaves building?
Yeah.
Isn't it marble?
Well, yeah, but chips are falling off the wall.
Okay. Yeah, let's get out of here.
It's a dragon.
So we walk outside.
What
Alright,
about
so
the
you-
vault first?
So you walk outside, you open
said
the
you go out the
giant
door
doors.
No, I said, what about the vault?
Oh my god.
You open the giant doors to Greaves' place outside, going down the stairs. And you have a good look over the city.
Mm-hmm.
And the sun that was kind of shining in that late evening kind of glow seems to disappear. Everything goes dark, an abnormal dark. And you notice a strange object that I'm guessing you guys don't know too much about space and astronomy and stuff like that. A giant black sphere passes over the sun.
I mean, we would probably know that the moon goes in front of the sun for an eclipse.
Do you
right?
see that dragon egg?
We know that now.
I don't know.
And it stays there. It's right there, so I'm gonna have you all make a Constitution saving throw, and Pip's gonna do one too.
Oh,
All right, Pip passes.
16.
Nice,
23.
nice.
12?
12?
All right,
Question
Grimlick,
mark?
as you're looking at this interlocked sun with another object,
You
whether you
didn't
believe
wear
it to
your
be
eclipse
either
goggles.
way, it's an eclipse.
You go blind.
You see it and you look dead at it and you kind of get dazed for a second and you start to see spots. Until I really say, you're gonna have disadvantage on any attacks that you make
Good thing
or
we're
anything
not
that
in
requires
battle right now.
seeing.
Okay.
So for the ones who can see, out in the distance you can see the woods and kind of where it stops and it's just a snowy plain. Out in the distance, you see this purple kind of split. And you don't know what this... You've never seen anything like it. It opens up. And if
Like in the air?
in the air, out in the distance, far, far away, you see this. It splits open. And you see objects just flying out of it.
Are we fighting creatures from a different dimension as level 2?
First off,
What?
you see a giant blob that seems to be floating in a glass container, flies off into the distance. Never to be seen. A few more fly in after that. Then you see smaller, what seems like flying boats
Boats?
fly out of it into the air.
Okay.
Behind that, you see dragons.
Do I see dragons?
No. You see spots.
No.
Wait, but I can kind of like see something.
You can see figures in the
I
distance.
told you they were dragons.
And then after that, you see a few more larger flying boats come out of it. All seem to just go off into the distance. And then whatever that split in the sky was, closes up.
What in the hell was that?
I don't know. I couldn't quite see.
I swear I'm not doing it this time.
Yeah, Havok, was that your magic mumbo jumbo?
No, but I want that dragon.
You saw a few, like there was 5 or 6.
We're getting a dragon. Getting slaves, dragon, gold, and we're out of here.
Looking around at the townsfolk, like what are they? Like, what do
They're
I
all
see?
they're all kind of looking up and like blocking their eyes from the solar eclipse. They
most
didn't
of
see
them-
you were really the only ones because you're on top of a staircase looking over the city
And we probably have higher constitutions naturally than regular folk.
from the regular.
Yeah.
You're telling me regular folk are blind right
We
now?
are heroes. Oh my gosh.
They are blind right now?
Yeah, they're dazed. Not all of them are looking up. Some of them are trying to see what it is, but
Okay.
All right. Can I do a perception check to see if I see anyone that has like a look of acknowledgement where it looks like they saw what just came out of that?
God, no.
No?
No. No, as far as you can go and ask, but like I said, you were above the wall, the outside of the city. So if you wanted to ask anybody, maybe the edge of the town, but you were able to see a far distance, and that's where this thing
I thought we
happened.
had just left.
Pip, do you have
I
any
thought we had
idea?
just left Greaves' castle when this happened. Because we weren't
Yeah,
going outside.
yeah,
of
you
it.
walked outside. Grease's castle is up on kind of like a hill with the staircase going down. So when you walked out, you were
So we were
higher.
on a hill.
Yeah,
Okay.
you were higher than you had more leverage.
Pip, do you know what's going on?
Did Pip see it?
Yeah, Pip saw it.
You're the only one.
Old eyes, dude.
He's like,
I have a 16 Constitution. It's not low.
there are stories, but there's no way this could be it.
What do you mean stories?
There's these readings and magical, just some of the history books from some of the mages that I trained with that said something about astral beings being able to break through into other worlds, but those are just magic myths. That wasn't anything to be true. Can it? Are we being invaded?
Well, boy, looks like myths just became reality. Let's go see if maybe we can talk to any of the townsfolk and figure out if this happens often or if they know what's going on.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
So you just approach the city.
Is there any buildings in this town that would be similar to like a scholarly building or somewhere where scholars would be?
Yes, I believe somewhere along the line was mentioned a bard school
That's right.
that someone mentioned
That's
to
true.
Havok
They are bards.
after having a fiddle.
Yes.
Wait, say that again?
And he played it terribly.
Yes, very bad.
Grimlick, wasn't there some type of a school around here?
I believe there was. Yes, I don't know where though. We might need to ask for that information.
Yeah.
Actually, no, because looking out, you see a giant music note on the top of a building.
Do I see a giant?
No, you
music
don't.
note on the building? Yeah. So like I said,
I wouldn't
don't
put the
quite
two.
know.
I don't think Helm would remember what type of school it was, so I don't put two and two together.
That's fine. That's all right.
So we walk into town. I'm gonna start asking people where we could find
Okay. Do you?
scholars at.
So approaching the town once again, just to remind you that, just reminding you all where you're at. Again, this is a city made out of complete cobblestone. Rarely is anything other than that. People walking around, seems like they're having a good time. Like I said, this is
So
still the
So
festive.
they just they didn't care about
No, they didn't. I mean, they're just
a
going
rip
about
in
their
reality.
day. They didn't see it.
Are they coming towards the city though?
What?
Like the ripple
You
and
didn't
all the
see
dragons?
any come towards you. They all kind of flew off in the distance. Seems like one after another. But they saw the eclipse and they're just like, whatever. I mean, some are terrified that they think this is like some godly
world.
being coming down on them. But I mean, other than that,
So I'm gonna walk up to an adult, the
Okay.
first adult I see,
okay.
and I go, do things block out the sun like that on a regular basis here?
And you approach an older-looking elf,
Okay.
wearing fancier clothes.
Yeah, I
shining
know,
around his
I know the
neck.
difference between a regular person and a slave, and I definitely do not approach a slave
Wait, why?
Is he?
because
is
they
he,
wouldn't know, and they probably wouldn't talk to me if I asked.
Is that elf
Okay.
blinded at all?
No, he seemed to have not. He takes off his shades and looks over at you.
Oh my.
This guy's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Were
He's
they
like,
Ray-Bans?
yes. They were Gucci. if they even make sunglasses. But he looks at you. He's like, yes. You approached him.
I already said it.
Okay, what'd you say?
I thought he
dude,
said yes to the eclipse.
Yeah.
It happens often. I said, oh.
Oh, yeah. You asked him if that
Yeah.
stuff happens.
Yeah.
Not that I've seen.
Well, you do have sunglasses on.
As he
Wait,
folds
dude,
them up and hangs them around his
I
neck.
can't help but notice that people are acting like nothing's going on here, and that, as I point up to the eclipse,
Is it over?
does
yet?
not
No.
happen often where I'm from.
Well, he kind of loosens up a little bit. He's like, well, it's things that you can't change. Like the gods might be smiting us all down here soon. There's nothing you can change about that. And he pulls out a whip and he goes like, "Hiya!" and he whips it. And then
I pull out my weapon and do the same thing.
you see one of the slaves is actually a little dwarf. Is carrying a bag of what seems like food, and he gets whipped and he kind of jumps and he scurries off in a direction. The elf follows him.
Do I see that happen?
Yeah.
I'm angry.
I'm angry.
Wait, is he still walking off?
Helm's noticeably distraught too.
What's that?
Is he starting to walk off?
Yeah.
I'm gonna point up at the sun and be like, "Look at the dragon."
Helm, do you know what's happening right now? I'm a
they
little
don't
bit
pay
dazed. I
attention.
can't quite see right.
No one ever dies.
It's better you not know, Grimlick.
To be fair, you're a little goblin. Not a lot of goblins are in this part.
I think we should get my shield, figure out where the Brotherhood went, and just get out of here. I can't stay here much longer.
Well, do you think the Brotherhood had something to do with what just happened?
You hear what sounds like
would make
to
sense.
you. You hear what sounds like to you soaring noises, kind of like an airplane.
What's an airplane?
I'm talking to you as a player.
My bad. Okay, out of character.
Sounds like an airplane. And you look up above you, and the shadow has a shadow of another ship. And it seems like a very small one of the flying ships that you've seen.
Wait, so are there two
Flying
shadows?
above us?
Flies right above you. Goes straight to Greaves' place. And stops.
I knew he's got dragons.
So it's a flying boat?
Yeah. Have you ever seen Treasure Planet?
Yes.
It looks like that.
Okay.
Havok gets really mad.
Do I see it?
About what?
Because he's got dragons.
What? Yeah, you saw it. It's a very small boat. Maybe.
Is he not dazed anymore?
No. Well, it was right above you guys. I'm letting him see that.
Helm? Was that boat just flying?
Yes, and it went right to Greaves' place.
We have to go back.
I don't know if that's such a good idea. Maybe we should go see those scholars first.
Maybe we split up. Look for
I
leads.
don't think we should split up.
We don't know for sure if the scholars are going to know anything, but it seems like Greaves definitely will.
If you think that's the best option, and if you're not afraid to go back there,
I'm not afraid.
You might need this, and I hand you your first whip.
I take it.
Okay.
Oh,
I
okay.
put it on my belt.
You put it in your hand and you feel a slight familiarity from it.
Oh, gosh.
I'm joking.
Instantly level up to level 5.
Okay.
Okay, so what do you guys do?
Where's the blacksmith at? How long does it take to make a shield?
Probably a while.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, let's go back up to Greaves'
Okay.
place.
All right, so you walk back up and you walk right past the ship. Just real
Is it
quick.
like, did it land on the ground?
No, it's still kind of like hovering above the ground,
But can
and
we
it
get
looks
to
like a
But
dock
like,
came
it's
down.
like it's like close to the
Yeah,
ground.
yeah. There's a ramp.
Is there any weird
That's touching
place to
against the ground.
hide on the way up to the building, castle?
There's
whatever it
some
is?
stones here and there. There's rope going up the kind of as a pole, but obviously not if it's just a thing of rope in between
but like
pillars.
nothing to like hide
You
behind.
can,
So
I mean,
we
you
can see.
from a distance you can probably hide behind one, but I don't know how well it's gonna hide you. That all depends on your stealth.
Well, before we get up close, I want to do a perception check to see if I can see anything from the boat
Okay.
or anyone getting
Yeah,
off
go
the boat
ahead.
or anything like that. 18.
Okay. From where you're at right now, you look and you see 3 really tall people walking along the top.
Well, they're not Brotherhood.
How tall would you say?
From your distance, they look like they're a solid like 6'5" to 6'7".
Oh, so it seems.
Are they weird
They're
looking?
like pretty tall.
Are
What?
Are they weird looking?
Sort of. For you guys, it's an odd thing to see, but you can't really make out face definition just yet.
Out of character, I bet it's those goblinoid tall dudes. What are they called?
Orcs.
You'll see.
Yeah, it's them.
But
Interdimensional
you see,
pirates.
you see one walking off, and the boat is the people on it very shiny. The boat is decked out in what seems like gold and silver trim. with rubies lining the sides, and very elegant wood carving into the side of the boat.
Are we close to the ramp?
Well, right now this is what he's seeing,
Oh.
so you don't know yet.
But do we kind of see people?
Havok might.
Okay. Okay, I will just stand here.
All right.
Are
That's
those
what you get for
train
looking at an
people?
eclipse.
I never said I looked at it.
So there's like carvings into the side of the boat.
Yeah, and then
Probably magic.
and then you see the people up on top are very lanky looking goblins, wearing gold studded diamonds with rubies and sapphires, all very blinged out. One's holding a sword. It looks like it's not a. It's more of a crown than it is. I want to see a tiara. I forget what they're called, where it's just for kings and people like that to wear.
Can
They're
I
not-
notice that they look like goblin-like?
You might be. Go ahead and give me a perception roll, and we'll see if you see this too.
You got 12.
I
12,
can
yeah,
roll
no.
for perception, right? It's just a disadvantage.
Yeah, just a disadvantage. So there's a possibility that you could see him.
Wait,
I mean-
don't roll that one.
Why?
That's a
That's a spin down.
I see.
That's for Magic the Gathering.
This is not correct.
No, you're
No, that's
good.
good.
Okay. So that's a where's my percent? That's a 20
Okay.
and an 8.
Okay. You're gonna have to take the 8. So you just see spots. You see
Oh.
moving spots.
So guys, it looks like there's some of Havok's cousins up there, taller though, and they just got off the ship, and holy hell, they are really tall, and there's some magic scribbles on the side of the boat as well. Maybe that's how it
And
flies.
you see the one, like I said, the ramp. You've never seen this before. You think it's magic. You see a ramp spit itself out.
It's
from
like a
the
dude
boat.
standing on the ramp and like coming down slowly,
Yeah.
waving.
Yeah, sure. He's not waving, but sure, he's standing on the ramp.
You said my cousins?
They look like you.
And it lands. The ramp lands on the edge of kind of like the porch, the opening to the front doorway to Greaves' place, and he steps out, just him, and he just walks past the guard into his abode.
Do I see the gold
I'm
on the
sorry,
ramp?
what?
What's that?
Do I see the gold outlining the ramp?
I don't know. Are you guys getting closer? Or are you still
Yeah.
standing
Yeah,
where you
we-
are? So as
we
you're walking
stopped.
up, you can see the shine.
No,
I start
I'm gonna
running
keep
to the
approaching.
shininess.
We
Okay,
stopped
well-
at first to get a good look, and then we're
Okay,
gonna
well,
approach now.
Havok just took off towards the ship.
Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna run after him.
How fast are you?
He's slower than me.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, I'm a 30.
Oh
He's a
yeah,
25.
dude, he's a dwarf.
Okay. Well, I'm
Yeah, I'm
as
at
fast as
25.
Havok is.
Okay, so what are you gonna do? He's
I'm
running.
chasing,
you can try
I'm
to.
chasing after
are you
him. I'm
trying to
obviously
stop
behind
him?
him because no, I'm just
Okay.
following him, making sure he doesn't get into trouble.
Gold,
When we-
gold, gold.
I whip his feet.
Are you trying to grab his feet and pull it out
No,
from
no, I'm
underneath
just
him?
kidding, I'm
Oh,
just
okay.
kidding. That'd
I
be
was gonna say
sweet,
that would have been cool.
I hear
You
him
get a
start talking
natural
about
one.
gold.
Gold.
All right, so we're just gonna go when we get to the door.
No, I get to the boat.
Oh my god!
Well, you hear walking on
You're
the
going to
boat,
die.
and you hear voices
Uh,
because only one got off.
What are they saying?
You don't understand them.
Are you sure?
Havok,
Yes.
Havok, get away from the boat.
It's a very
Havok,
low,
get-
grumbly
Get over here, Havok.
speech.
We don't know them. Get away.
This boat is
Nope, there's more of them than there is of you.
gold.
No.
They're my friends.
No, I said they look like you. It doesn't mean they're your friends.
And you hear one say, "Kasaka!" And he like leans over the boat, and so he's leaning over the boat. Does he automatically see you, or are you moving?
Hello.
So no.
Don't mind my friend here. We were just gonna go see my dad, and I grab Havok and push him towards Greaves' door. Oh gosh.
Let me roll one more time.
Did Greaves get
What?
on?
Oh, I didn't grab my other D20. Feels
What?
bad.
Did Greaves get on the boat?
No,
Oh.
a guy on the boat left it. Like one of them left it and went into
Another
Greaves'
one
house.
peers over the side. You stop.
Okay.
Do you stop?
Yeah.
Is this my dad?
Have I caught up yet?
I turn around
Yeah.
and look up.
Oh,
At this point, yes. And you see a
Havok,
very
get inside.
lanky. It's like Havok if you literally stretched him out to a 6'7"
Is he
person.
blue?
He's
Is he
not
still
blue.
50
No,
pounds?
he's green. He looks like he could be 50 pounds. He's lanky.
All right, so they
But
snap easily.
he seems toned.
Okay.
He's wearing a
Brothers.
lot of armor.
Brothers, I have found you.
Brothers, you're just a disgusting subrace. And he spits at you.
I licked the spit off the ground.
That's exactly why you're a subrace.
That's weird.
Get away from
Why
our
would you do that?
get away from our ship.
Now listen. We do not need to be hostile now. Now, my father is the one giving you guys all the slaves you came here for. So maybe you should be a little nicer to us, or maybe we wouldn't give that to you.
Okay, as soon as you mention that he's your father,
Oh, no.
they both look at each other and smile, and they look back. They're like, "Oh, really?
Uh-oh.
I step in front.
Yeah.
Your father?"
What about
And
him?
one walks down the ramp, and he's standing in front of you.
Oh God.
I stand
Okay.
in front of him and I go, "He's my slave, and if you touch him, we're gonna have a problem."
We don't want any trouble. We were just on our way to Greaves' house.
Then get in there. Don't be standing around.
I have the sudden urge not to anymore.
I don't know. These guys are kind of pissing me off.
And you see him grab just a chunk of metal at his side.
A chunk of metal? You got thrown at me? All right.
I pull my dagger out.
No.
Yes.
I'm like ushering Havok into the building.
So which happens first? Do you pull the dagger?
Oh,
and
he
you push him?
pulls the dagger, and then
Okay.
I'm like, no, and I
Okay,
like,
all right.
I
I'm pushing
spit at
towards
him.
the door.
All right. He let
pick him
goes.
up.
He let goes, and you hear the other one say something in a different tone of voice or a different language, and then you hear them laugh as you open and close the door
Is it goblin
behind
language?
you.
by
It
any
is
chance?
not. Just to fill those of you at home in case you haven't caught on to the race and how they got here and all that, these are Githyonkis.
Githyanki, that's what
They are
I said
astral
Dothraki.
plane
I'm
pirates.
Like, nope, that's
They're what?
Githyanki.
They're astral plane pirates.
Yep.
So they're like high tech stuff.
Very warlike people.
Oh, so they got a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, that's just character knowledge versus player knowledge. For just those of you at home who don't know exactly what I'm going for. Yeah, so you're inside, and you see the door to Greaves' doors open, and you see this very tall green man standing in front of the desk of Greaves, and he hears the door close behind you, and Greaves kind of
So we're like down the hallway though, right?
yeah. Greaves kind of like looks off to your side because he can see you guys through the doorway. You can see him kind of lean around the man, standing in front of him. And he kind of like leans and then like sits back.
I step forward. I go, "Excuse me, one of your
You know,
friends
we're far
on."
down the
We're
hall.
down like a
Oh,
50
I thought we were, like,
hallway.
right there.
No.
Yeah.
We start walking towards the room.
Okay. And
Alright.
one of the guards
The
steps
guard's still there?
forward
Okay.
and he's like, "Halt! Greaves is not to be tempted with now."
Did you get my gold yet or not?
And he,
I wave Havok off. I'm here to see Greaves. I think it is in your best interest to let his son through.
two other guards step forward and grab their weapons, and they're like, "We think it's in your best interest not to bother him right now."
Do you really want to take us down? Do you want to try? That's Havok's.
I don't think it'd be very hard.
Try me. Pull out that sword.
He's a feisty little fella.
No, I push Helm aside with my. Oh, I try to push him.
I was gonna say you're
And I
like
go,
3 pounds.
no. You
You
pull
weigh a
it.
fifth of me.
You pull that sword out.
And the tall, lanky figure turns around and starts walking towards you.
Hey,
He's like, "Boys, step aside." And the guards,
The tall figure says it?
yeah, the guards step to their side, back to where they were.
I walk through.
Is there business you need done here?
Wait, what?
Is there business you need done here? He's looking directly at you guys.
Yeah.
I had a question for my father.
And
Is
he
dinner
looks
ready?
back at Greaves, and he steps to the side, and he points at you, and then he's like, "Father, interesting."
Helm, I think you should stop telling people that.
And I think that's where we're gonna
I'm trying to use it as leverage.
that's where we're gonna end the episode.
Oh,
man.
really? Already?